Hey guys, Chris Duncan here, and really excited to be here. Good to see so many of you on. So say hello if you're here and on live with me, because I've got a lot that I want to share. I can see that there's lots of you on here, so that's exciting. So look, just had a huge last couple of weeks. We had events all around around Australia, but it was really exciting. The work that we're sharing, what we're doing, is massive. It was kind of funny to be head down for 2 weeks in events, doing what we do, then to come out into such a new reality. And this new reality is one that it's really interesting. I mean, with the coronavirus and everything else going around, if we were to do our events over in the United States, coming back into Australia, we have to have a 14-day quarantine, every single one of my team, which is massive, with financial penalties and other things if we didn't do the quarantine. So it's obvious to me we need to find a different situation where everyone can get the results that they want out of the event. And so give me a yes if you are coming to these events, you're excited about it. We've got them coming up in San Diego. So first things first, we are going to need to postpone the event to later in the year. It's just not wise for us to do the events right now. However, what we're going to do is we're going to do a digital event, which in some ways could be better than the live one. So we're going to have the events be digital. And this is going to be really exciting. Hannah and Rochelle are going to get out to all of you how we're going to do the digital events for this one coming up, and then give you all tickets to the one that we've got to rebook. So we're looking at rebooking, for later in the year. So it's interesting to have to look at our current reality and go, okay, cool. So this is the reality. This is what we live in. And we have to make decisions based on that for the safety of us, the safety of our attendees and everyone involved, but then also just the rules of international travel. Hannah obviously lives in Germany, so she's completely restricted from being there. So look, we're going to postpone it, the live events, and I think everyone understands why we have to, so that's fine. What we're going to do, though, is we are going to run the events from here as though they are live. Everyone's still going to get interaction with me and everything else. So here's what's really cool. Just last week, we did the events here in Australia, and we had a full videographer team, great sound, everything else. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the recording from this last event, and we're going to have people, join us live. We're going to say, watch Chris go through the morning. They'll go through the morning, take this, and then we're all going to jump on live with me, and I'll still do the processes live over Zoom, and I'll also do the processes and answer questions and everything else. So I'll be coming on live throughout the day, meaning people are still going to get access to me, get access to the information. Now, here's why this could actually turn out to be better. Well, number one, if you're flying to San Diego, you could still go to San Diego if you want, and you could, be in a beautiful location. You can have this on your big screen TV, or you can have it on your laptop, and you can do all the processes. You can take time out, and you can make it happen. Maybe, you are someone who's part of the masterclass and you're like, look, I couldn't make it to San Diego. Well, now, you can have this live streamed into your home, and you can be doing this from home. Or maybe, you were planning on coming, but now you get to watch it from home. You can involve your whole family. And I think this could turn out to be really positive for all of us. I mean, I get it. I'm super disappointed that I can't come, and I'm sure everyone else is who's got tickets and booked accommodation. Yeah, the expense on us to not go is huge, and so we're all in the same boat, And however, if we do it this way, number one, everyone's going to be able to get the information. You know what I mean? Everyone get the information. Number two, I'll be able to be there and guide everyone through it. Basically, still the same. Everyone will be able to get questions from me, ask, and I'll still take you through all the processes. you'll be able to bring family in. So maybe you're in social distancing, sitting at home, and you can put it on a big screen TV, and so you'll be able to go through it. So look, give me a yes if this makes sense to you. I understand we're all disappointed about this. We haven't got the dates yet, but they're likely to be end of June. I think that's the safest bet. What everyone's telling us is to go then. So I want to just go through a few facts of this virus. Those of you who are there, you're going to get a full itinerary. My team's going to call you. We're going to make sure that you get there. Yeah, we can have a beer together still. I mean, it's just under the circumstances, we think it's the best option that we all stay safe, but still get the information. Hey, so safe plus the information, and that's because this virus is highly contagious. If you look at what's happened in Italy, it's people in their 30s and 40s that are carrying it around, and it's affecting the elderly. And it's not nice for that to be your grandparent or someone that you care about that gets impacted from this because someone who is healthy like myself decides to get on a plane and go to the United States and bumps into someone that's infected and then causes something. That's just not the way it needs to be. We see in China, they're already returning to work. 30. Yeah, thanks, Dom. Yeah, absolutely. And you were just there. Yeah, that's brilliant. It's going to be great. We think that, there's been such recovery from China so fast, mainly because they did exactly what we're planning to do here, which is to isolate and to not have unwanted travel and unwanted bumping into other people. And we are going to keep that distance because the way that the Italian outbreak happened was a person that didn't show any symptoms decided to continue on being, a delivery driver and infected, and because of that one person, it's been a humongous loss of life in Italy, which is very upsetting. We have one staff member in Italy who's been able to get out before the quarantine, so that's really big. Look, there's been on this point, it's not really a time for fear. It's not a time for fear, but as a superconscious creator, it is a time to look at reality. We've had many pandemics before. In 1918 was the Spanish flu. It killed over 50 million people. Then it was gone. In 1957, we had the Asian flu, killed 2 million people. Then it was gone. In 2009, only 11 years ago, we had swine flu, H1N1, and 200,000 of us died. And so it's gone from 50 million to 2 million down to 200,000, and here we are today with the latest variety. It's a different strain of the swine flu. Here it is again. So it's not a time to be in fear, but it's a time to be in reality and to see what it is. And what we're all being told is we need to flatten the curve. And by flattening the curve means it's likely that all of us are going to experience this virus. And by experiencing the virus, it's one of the easiest ways for our bodies to overcome it. That's how antibiotics work. We get it, we overcome it, and then we're safe again. And so it's likely we're all going to get it, but there's only so many beds that the hospital can really take in. There's only so many of the elderly they can look after. So if the curve's as steep as it's going, it's going to cause a lot of problems, and probably not for you or for me or others, but there's going to be other people that have respiratory illness already. They're the ones that are going to be infected, and so it's very important that we look at this and we go, okay, this is the reality that we're in. And as a superconscious creator, okay, you always choose what you're creating, but then you must adapt quickly. Adapt very, very, very quickly. Yeah, right on. I got it, Kat. We must adjust to where it is now. Okay, so whenever I want to have this, but now I'm here. I talk about this a lot. Sometimes people are trying to create a new business or a new amount of money, and then suddenly they lose their job. And so a lot of us, and I want you to hear this, We've been asking for a new world. True, right? And a true. We've been asking for a new reality. We've been asking, we're asking for a new world, a new reality. We're asking for collapse of certain systems, schooling system. We've been asking for this. And sometimes when we're being super conscious creators, the first step doesn't look the way we want it to look. But that's who we are. And so we have to go, okay, that's what I want. Now I'm here. And so what I want you all to hear from me today is as a super conscious creator, you must adjust to the reality that's here. And the reality that's here, in my opinion, is there is going to be a recession. With the amount of restriction on travel. I live here on the Gold Coast, and it's stunning how many things are closed. We heavily rely on tourism here. And so all the sporting events and other events being stopped for months. So there's in Sydney in Australia, there's a show called Vivid, and they use a light show on all the buildings in Sydney. Hear this, last year, 2.3 million people attended over Vivid. I think it goes for a week. They've cancelled it. 2.3 million people attended. It's cancelled. And guess what? It's not till the end of May. And so that's a lot. That's a lot of change. The NBA's being stopped, big sporting events being stopped. And so I don't think there's any way we're going to avoid a recession. And here's the truth about a recession, why it's so important that if you're booked in for this event or haven't booked in because you couldn't travel, you be at this event with us. Even though it's a digital event, you be there, because here's what's going to happen. A recession is going to come. And in a recession, some will win and some will have a really hard time. In 2008, it was my second year out of in a new business, out of an old business, in a new business. And at that time, I co-owned a restaurant and a bar. I remember the last recession. I was a business owner in the last recession. And I remember, it just kind of crept up on us. It was a 5% less purchases of drinks. Instead of having 5 beers, I'd have 4. Instead of having cocktails, they would have simple drinks. It was this slight squeeze. And then what happened was all of a sudden, we didn't hire, we had some security guards we didn't hire. Then we didn't have as many bar staff, and we squeezed, and then we squeezed. And I remember being a business owner in 2008, and then I remember having to close the business mid-2009 because I didn't act fast enough. And I didn't see what's here. And so I'm going to talk a lot about this. I've been thinking about it all weekend. Your emotional state and your ability to shift into this new reality are the keys, the absolute keys for you being in the winners of this new reality. It is a very interesting time. Normally, when a recession comes, it comes in slow. But when they close schools and universities, which then impacts everything, not even including the fact that now parents can't work because they've got to look after kids. This isn't going to be a slow sliding recession. If you haven't realized we are standing on the precipice of a recession, well, now you have. That's what this call's about. But it's also about us going into reality and going, you know what? We choose to come from a place of love and confidence. So I want to hear me out on this. In the stock market crash at 86, 87, Steve Jobs found himself out of money. He got kicked out of Apple in 85. However, he found a way with his last money to buy George Lucas Animation Studio. Then he sold it for $7.4 billion in 2006. During the dot-com burst of 2001, Bezos, Amazon's founder, lost 90% of his value. But instead of shutting down, he was able to generate cash focusing on what he wanted. Now he's the richest man on the planet. And how about, Elon Musk? He lost $180 million in 2008. And then on the 23rd of December, he ended up landing a deal with NASA. He won a $1.5 billion contract. And this is what's interesting. We're living in a once-in-a-decade disruption. What you do now is not only going to affect your now, but your next 10 years. This is a once in a decade disruption. And I want you to understand, in this disruption, there will be people that find a way to win. And I want that to be you. Type in win if you want to find a way to win. The old is collapsing, the new is coming through. And the new, who's a mag mind coach right now? If you're a magnetic mind coach right now, I want you to know you are sitting on one of the biggest opportunities ever. Here's why, my coaches, my beautiful coaches, I freaking love you guys, by the way. My coaches, here's why you're about to win. You have a business that is remarkably good. It can work from home using the internet. You are focused on helping people get into an emotional state to win. There has never been a time in the last few years where people are going to have needed their emotional state set more than anything. With your group recodes, with your one-on-one coaching, you are in the perfect position. If you're in my Magnetic Mind Masterclass, if you're getting recodes and getting your emotions set, you're doing the most important thing that you can be doing in this time. The one thing you can control is what you're thinking and what you're feeling. We can't control what's happening out there. You can't control whether you get the virus. You can do certain things, but you might get it. What you can control is your emotional state and your focus. Your industry might start going the wrong way. There might be people around you stressed out, but if you can stay in the focus, you can be like Jobs and Bezos. And I'm sorry that I only found 3 men examples. I only had a short time this morning to do research, and those 3 had, I just found them. So I'm sure that there's tons of other people that have won during recessions, and many of them, I'm sure, are female as well. So I apologize, it was just 3 men, but it is what it is. If you can be like that, if you can stay your focus, stay the course in this, then you and your family are going to come out the other side really well off. And then secondly, if you're hearing this, you need to either get yourself a magnetic mind coach, or you need to get into the masterclass. You need to be at these events. Even though they're digital events, you got to be at them. I want you to really hear this. There is nothing more important right now than making sure you're in your magnetic moment. There's nothing more important right now than you making sure you're in your magnetic moment, you're focused on where you're going, and you are an action-orientated creator. Where do I want to be? How does that feel? Where am I now? How is that? What's in the way? Remove it and be in it. There is going to be a serious recorrection, and with that is huge opportunity. Huge opportunity to win, huge opportunity to really capitalize. I'm so excited about this because here's the big one. I've been saving this to the end. The opportunity right now for us to create a new reality is amazing. Think about it. Right now, the world is forced to take some time out. The world is forced to spend time with family. The world is forced not to distract itself with sport. The world is forced to look at itself. How great is this? The world is literally being cordoned off and saying, live with the basics. Connect with yourself. I mean, what an opportunity. How many of you have thought about writing a book? If you're in quarantine, you've got nothing else to do, why not write a book? How many of you have thought about becoming a coach? Come get certified as a magnetic mind coach. If you've got nothing else to do at home, you could get certified in 4 weeks. How about planning your life? How about reading books? How about exercise? I never have time to exercise. What about all those things you never had time to do? Meditation. What could you really do to really capitalize on this? We're going to be holding a whole heap more training. We're going to do this 2-day event. And by the way, if you haven't got your ticket, the online version is going to rock. I'm going to take the recordings of the 2-day that I just did, the exact event. I just did it last weekend. And I'm going to break it up. We're breaking it up into 2-hour chunks. Every 2 hours, I'm going to come on and help you review it. So not only do you get the exact event, you get to watch it in your pajamas, sitting at home with all of your family around you. Then I'll jump on live, do Q&A. So if you're at that, what an opportunity. What an opportunity to spend 2 days to completely reset your life. Then if you're in the certification, we've got our 4-day event the very next week. the superconscious creator, where I teach you how to access the superconscious. 4 days. Again, I'm going to break it up. Then when you're going to go get in bed, do the exercise. It is so, so, so cool. And so, guys, we are in a new reality. And this is wild. It's so wild. We're not in the same reality we were 2 weeks ago. You know, this was something I thought, oh, I wonder if that's going to affect us. I wonder if that's going to be. I flew to LA 2 weeks ago, and I had all these business deals on the table. I did all these things happening. And then now, because none of that is reality, even though only 10 days ago I was like, that's what I'm doing. Massive deals, massive things. That's not happening anymore, because we literally just crossed into a new reality. And in this new reality, the old isn't just dying. The old is looking like it's not. I mean, it's just, I mean, we've been praying for the school system to break, or for, you know, for situations to be shut. We've been asking for this, you know, and so it's very exciting. Give me a yes if you can see it. It's so exciting. So number one, you must adjust to a new reality really, really quick. You must adjust to a new reality. You must. We're in a new reality. There is huge opportunities here. Huge opportunities for us to build a new reality. Huge opportunities for you to build your coaching business. So many people are going to need emotional stability. So many. They're everywhere. They're going to be upset. Their jobs are going to be lost. They're going to have financial stress. They're going to have relationship stress. They're going to have family members that are passing away. There's a need, guys, for coaches, a freaking huge need for magnetic mind coaches. Massive, bigger than there was 2 weeks ago. Second, you must choose your end result. Choose your end result and stay in it. Stay in it. You know you're a creative warrior when you stay in your end result, no matter what's happening around you. No matter what's happening around you, you're still happy. I was on with my team this morning, did a big talk. They said, Chris, why are you feeling so excited? And I said, because I'm always excited. It doesn't matter what's happening outside externally. I control my magnetic moment. I'm controlling what I'm creating. Yes, I had to go to the supermarket and buy the rolls of toilet paper like everyone else. I had to make sure I've got supplies. I had to do that. Yes, it's really weird. Things are getting canceled. The NBA, that's crazy. Yes, it's stressful. We've got businesses who are supposed to be paying us, but their customers aren't paying them. And, you know, yes to all of that. But I know the most important thing is me staying in my end result. My end result is 50 million people impacted becoming superconscious creators. To be an inspirational speaker that impacts millions. These are my end results. To lead a tribe of high-performing, happy humans. To enjoy my every single day. To be in these results. That's my choice. That's my key. And I want to pass that. So adjust to a new reality. Choose your end result. Take obvious action. Take obvious action. Here's what's going to happen. This will clear. This will clear. Already factories are coming back online over in China. Already they're released. It will clear. And so we all have to go through this period of hibernation. How are you going to use this to your advantage? How will you use this to your advantage? Will you use this to go internal and start clearing emotional wounds and traumas? Will you go in to become certified? By the way, who thinks this is a great opportunity to come get certified in the superconscious work? Look, if you want to do that, why not invite your friends and your family, rather, come and get certified in this? What a great opportunity to really increase your knowledge. What about starting your online business? That doesn't mean you have to go outside. Writing your best-selling book, starting a blog, you know, just spending time to chill out and meditate, right? I'm sure you can fill up your bath and have nice baths, feel good. There is an opportunity here to plant the seeds that will be in your future. This is going to be one of the biggest shifts over the next 6 months to 1 year. This is going to be one of the biggest shifts that we're going to see for another decade. And it's how you play the game right now is going to create a massive opportunity. So my question to finish this off is, how are you going to play this? How are you going to do this? Are you going to try to are you going to go into the fear? Are you going to, look for a conspiracy inside of all of this and waste your time with that? Are you going to acknowledge it? Are you going to ignore it? What are you going to do? My advice is just acknowledge it. Notice it's here. See what's happening and take the right action. Social distancing, high vitamin C, get some good zinc, look after yourself. And look after yourself. Do what we're doing. We're canceling some of our biggest, not canceling, we're postponing our biggest events, but we're finding a better way. I actually think it's going to be better because there's a bunch of people that weren't able to attend the events, and now guess what? They're going to be able to attend it, right? They're going to be able to come. They're going to be online. I've found a better way. There's always a better way. There's always something you can get out of this. And so I want you to take this as so exciting. So exciting. You're going to, if you come into the events, you're going to be able to get the exact same information. You're going to get it in a different way. You're right on. You are born for this, literally. And so you're going to get the same information. You're still going to get coaching from me. You're still going to get a ticket to come to it live later in the year. So everything is great. And you get to be in it now and go, what am I going to create? I'm so excited for all of us. I'm so excited for all of it, but I'm always am. Hey, that's not very different. That's not very different. I always am. And so it's really how you respond that matters. And so as a company and as a leader of our company and as a leader of the Magnetic Mind Tribe, the superconscious creators, here's my choice for all of you. Stick in your end result. Acknowledge the reality. Acknowledge what is here. Acknowledge what is going on. And then from this new reality with your end result, what is the obvious next action that you must do? What is obvious? What are you going to do in this new reality? Maybe in your old reality, like me, you're about to get on the plane and go do some events on the other side of the world. In the new reality, that's not allowed. So what is it? There she is. There she is. Hey guys, good to see you. Look at all these comments coming in. So guys, that's everything that I have to say today on this topic. Superconscious creators, Magnetic Mind coaches, Magnetic Mind Masterclass attendees. Hey Kim, you got a different name everywhere. What we're going to do is we've got the recordings of the ones I just did this last week. We're breaking them up into 2 to 3 hour sections. You're going to watch it, and then I'm going to jump on Zoom live and answer questions and take you through the work live. So it's going to be a hybrid between I think it's going to be better, is what I'm saying. Here's why. You're going to have time to watch me exactly as I was in the live event. You can pause me. You don't have to wear any trousers, and you can wear your pajamas. You can hang out, and your whole family can watch it. Okay, so that's the first bit of it. Second, I'm still going to come on live and do the actual meditations, do the change work, and coach you. So you're still going to get that access, right? And then you're still going to get paired up to do group work with everyone. So, and you're not going to have to leave your house or, do anything against what the medical advice is of this current situation. So, thanks, Patrick. There's a different process to getting certified. There's ask Hannah about that. There's your test and things like that. Your cat loves the idea. Everything does work out as it should. It'll be the same dates. We're getting you the times, okay? It's the same dates. We're going to get you all the timing, okay? So that's, hey, by the way, if you're not subscribed to this YouTube channel right now, I'd love it if you subscribed. It tells YouTube that my content is good, and it will ding you every time I do new downloads on here. So it's a good thing for everyone. So we will get you, if you're in the groups, you'll be getting the itinerary in the next 24 to 48 hours. There'll be a new Facebook group created for you to be a part of if you're doing the event, so we can just communicate about event topics, event questions, and everything else. Certification is online. Thanks, Shauna. Yeah, so Emilio, the certification is online, and we do a live event. However, this is what I'm talking about today. The live event will be being moved to later in the year, and we're going to do it this way. So this is a great new reality. A lot of us are unhappy that we don't get to meet up and have hugs, but that's just how it is, isn't it? We can't complain about that. That's just how it is. Thanks, Eldon. Thanks for hitting subscribe. We will give you all the information. We're probably going to ring all of you and let you know about this so you get all the details. And I just think it's going to be great. I think it's going to be great. There's going to be a bunch of people that can join that weren't able to join before because they couldn't make it to San Diego, so it's going to be great. I've already done all of the event here in Australia, so we've got amazing recorded content of me going through it. So, and I did a great job, honestly. So I'm going to be able to use that so that you guys get a really good experience. Yeah, it's no, Ed Milo, it's not. He's asked, isn't the superconscious process giving suggestions to your unconscious? No, it's not about suggestions at all, actually, and it's about working with the superconscious, which is the different aspect of you. Yeah, yeah, I like it. Is it Stepha? Yeah, I like it. So I think Stephanie from my group. Yeah, it's weird that your name came up here, Stepha. Cool. So yeah, I love you guys. Thanks for being a part of just going, this is the reality. This is what we can do. We held off making the decision as long as we could. Those of you who booked an Airbnb, they're refunding pretty much everything, which is great. Most airlines are refunding. Most hotels are refunding. So I think everyone should be absolutely fine. You're still going to get the same information anyway. We literally cannot travel, so it became not an option. If we were to travel and then come back to Australia, we're on a 14-day quarantine with a financial penalty if we don't follow instructions. And then Hannah from Germany is completely shut out, so she couldn't come at all. So it just became, this is the new reality, and this is the only thing that makes sense true. So it's going to be great, hey? And we're all just going to stay in our end result of getting the exact information that we needed. And as long as we stay in the end result and we take the next action, we're all going to get it. So that's my big message, hey? Stay in your current reality, step into the future. Everything's going to work out. Everything's perfect. I love you guys. Thanks for hitting subscribe button on this channel so you don't miss it. One thing I've noticed is there's going to be a lot of people at home, and so therefore there's a lot of people that are ready to hear my messages. So I've got 5 videos lined up on my sheet here for this week. And so remember that, hey, some people win in these circumstances and some people don't win. And that has to do with their focus. So I freaking love you. Stay magnetic. Hit subscribe. Share this out to others so that they can hear it. And maybe for cert people, funnels info more. What is this? Thanks, Elizabeth. Steffi, you're going to have to explain that to me. Anyway, message me on Basecamp. We can give you more information on the funnels if that's what you're asking. Thanks, Richie. Yeah, we can do anything. It's going to be, yeah, I can walk you through anything. It's going to be great, hey? It's going to be great. Awesome. Yeah. Cool. All right, guys. I'll see you soon. Hit subscribe. Bye.